Hello everyone, good morning. So, we today we are going to understand how we can install the Git. So far, what we understood. So, Git and GitHub both are different things. We should not merge uh, both of them with each other. So we should just be clear in mind. When we are going to learn Git, we should focus on Git only. And the GitHub only we will learn when we are going to introduce our system, some continuous integration, continuous deployment kind of thing, CI/CD. Other than we should just only focus on the Git part. So today we are going to discuss the first part, like how we can install Git on local machine. As we are aware about, Git is distributed version control system. So every user who is going to use Git supposed to install the Git on their local machine, and the local repository would also be created for them, right? So that is why we need to install Git first on the local machine. So this is what we are going to understand how we can install. So in this session, we are going to cover the installation on the Windows OS, and here uh, I'll use AWS machines, Windows machine, which is free for 12 months. So, and for practicing purpose, we can use this one, right? So this is the URL. So we should be very, again, I am iterating the same things, like we should focus on Git. We are not bothering about the GitHub. GitHub would only required when you are started in your project, like continuous integration, continuous. It's a kind of DevOps tools. We will discuss in later. Uh, then how we can use or when we supposed to start using GitHub. So we will cover in this topic in our next sessions. So this is the URL. I have already created. I have already created my um, uh, cloud machine, Windows machine. This is a free of charge. You can also register yourself. I'll create a separate video how you can create a free machine. At least you can use for another 12 months, and you can practicing, and you can create any number of free machines, Windows machine. You can interact or integrate all of them with each other. You can do practicing and all. So as I explained, um, this is the cloud environment, right? Okay. So this is the URL where we have to go, right? So you can also just click the URL, or simply you can even get URL get, right? You can just search Google by entering Git. Okay, so this is the URL you'll find. Okay, click over there. Here we have the options like to download the latest version for the window. Okay, this is the Windows machine, so I'm just going to download simply. Yes, this is started downloading. Okay, So as usual, you install any of software, so you can continue. This is a general public license for Git. You do not require any of license. So just simply click, and you can also understand where it is going to install. It's like within the C program files and Git. Git is the directory will be this application while installation it will create. So okay, continue. Okay, next, next. Simply as you install default, so we are not going to bothering more about. So simply install a software. You can also explore the other options. So I'm using just the default one. Okay. Meanwhile, if I enter Git, okay, so far there is no Git, right? No Git is installed. Okay. So okay, no need to view the release note for now for us for this training purpose, but you can, if you want, you can explore. Launch Git Wes. This is something kind of Git is offering us kind of Unix kind of environment that we can experience within the Windows environment. So like you feel like you are going to work on the Unix kind of or Linux kind of environment. So this is something like a Git base. So I'm not going to launch this base. We will use normal command prompt, but we can use you if you want, and you are very habitual in terms of working on the Linux kind of environment. You can use this Git base. Okay, so now as we see, we have installed Git. So let's see. Okay, still not. Um, Let me reopen the command prompt. CMD. Okay, Git. Yes. Now let's see. Oh, okay. So the version we can check using Git version. Okay, so we have installed a Git 2.30 version. Fine. So this is what we can understand. We have successfully installed so far the Git on local machine, and you can see if you want to explore where it is being installed while you are hitting some on command prompt Git, then okay, this is the directory, and bin folder you can see this is the Git command which is you are running from the command prompt. Okay, fine. So okay, next section. So I'm going to create if obviously we now install locally on any of machine. You can consider you are a user, your organization provide you or assign you a dedicated desktop. The first job where you supposed to start working on a Git, you have to download a Git version, you have to install the Git version locally, and then you have to project name like whatever you want, where exactly your project one repo or something. This is the repository we have to create. So this is the folder. So what you have to do, just create a folder wherever you want to create a repository in your local machine. Select the path. Okay, and just reach up to that location. So we are now in project repo. So we can see nothing we are having. So this is something like 0 files. Okay, now we have already installed the Git init. This will initialize the repository for every. You can consider this like the repository now being created for you. Sorry, it should be. Let me see. Where we are. Administrator, project repo, initialize empty. Okay. So this is something like a non-visible file, like hidden files. Dot uh, mm, we have option hide item, anything. Okay, we'll see, but here you can see something. Okay. Mm, anyway, if you want to check whether the directory is being repository is being initiated or no, so you'll see like git status command. If you run within the folder, then you'll see on branch master no commit yet, nothing is required to add or something, because we have created our git repository within the project repo. So if you run the same command from here, okay, then you'll find no repository exist, right? So this is something like dot git folder is already been created within the project repo or directory. We will discuss in detail in coming sessions like how we can started working on this. So far, so just let's conclude. We are started installation of git, right? So we have to go to the site, download the git respective version, install locally, and now so far we have created a directory, and that directory we are intended to create a repository. And so we by the command prompt, or you can use gitwes if you are familiar with the Linux. So you can use any of way to reach up to the directory and then run the git init command. So git will create a repository for you within the directory. Okay, so that's it for this session. Thank you very much. In next session we will cover for the git installation on the Linux machine, and that